kind of 7 to 8 year old were you? I mean, if you were here now as a 7 to 8 year old, what would you be like?
I think that I'd want to make sure that everybody was looking at me, but not in the way of being a sport brat, but I'd want to make you laugh, I think, or I wouldn't be horrible about it. I would just probably dress up and do I think I was more stupid than funny. You know, that's what my mum always says. I wasn't, like, I didn't crack jokes. I did silly things to make people laugh, you know.
So you're quite attention seeking?
Yeah, but not in, as I said, not in a brattish way, not in like,
No.
you know, I want your attention, give it to me.
Now, you say that you think that a lot of this is you're born with it, you're born with this ambition to seek attention and so on. But I think that you've also got to, I mean, it must be also, but it's to do with the relationships you have with your parents and so on and so forth. Now, this is probably wrong, but it said in the papers that your parents divorced when you were quite young.
Yeah.
That's true, is it?
Yeah, but no, they're not divorced, they're just separated. They separated when I was 3.
All right.
But, you know, they got back together a few times.
Right.
But then they finally did split up. But I saw my dad, like, you know, once or twice a week. He came round, took my sister and myself out and that.
So you had quite a close relationship with him?
I mean, we still saw him, but, you know, he was sort of busy working, and also my mum looked after us, so there was only certain times that we saw my dad. But my mum never ever stopped us from seeing him.
Right.
She always said, you can see him when you like, you know, you can... She never ever stopped us. She wasn't like that at all.
You must have been pretty developed and advanced in your mind.
Yeah. I think I was...
I mean, going out on a date with a sort of massive megastar.
Yeah.
You know, I can imagine if I'd been 13, I would have been scared stiff.
Yeah, but I think, you know, as we were saying earlier on, I'm quite a confident person, and also I'm quite ambitious, and I had a lot in me, and also, as I said, that when I went home at night time, I had my mum who protected me. Yeah. See, so it's quite, as you said, a contradiction. It is, because it's weird, because at one point I was this strong person, but I feel like I had my mum next to me. I think really, you know, that's what it was like.
I mean, when you say that you were very confident, but presumably you were also, you know, you're out on a date with a big star, but presumably it's also that you are blagging it to some extent at that age. I mean, you must be kind of pretending quite a lot.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, you know, because you'd be there with all these people that were mature.
Extremely famous people.
Yeah, but also just mature people that were probably quite rich, and, you know, me myself, I come from just an ordinary family, really. And
were they sort of making a lot of jokes that you didn't understand?
But that's the thing I thought to myself sometimes. I really hope they don't say things I don't understand, because I hate to be put on the spot like anybody. Yeah. So really I would, you know, and the horrible question was when people would always say, what do you do? Or how old are you, know, and so I had to lie, you know, and I hate lying.
What did you used to say?
I used to say that I was 17 and that I studied, you know, in school and that, and, you know, that was bad enough saying that. So I think when you start off lying in a conversation, you know, with someone, it puts you on edge for the rest of the conversation, you know.
Do you think it was sort of true in a way, that you were 17 in a way? And so
I felt it, you know, I thought I was really. I didn't ever think about being as young as I was.
But now that you're 17, you realise you weren't.
And that I was 13, you know, or whatever age I was. So, and it does catch up with you. It really does, you know. It's like, it hits you all of a sudden.
But I mean, your confidence must have been phenomenal. I mean, to actually be prepared to move in with someone also at that age, I mean, it's an amazing amount of confidence.
But I didn't move in, you know, I never did
move in. I see, you didn't?
No, that was another press thing.
Oh, that's
for one,
rubbish,
my mum wouldn't allow it, you know, and also, I didn't want to move in with anyone. As I said,
I was going to say, I couldn't imagine it would be trying to be a housewife at 13.
No, because also, as I said before, I liked being at home, and I still do, so why should I want to move out, you know? Yeah. I think it was nice having the thought of wanting to be independent. It's that thing again of wanting to be independent, you know, and having a boyfriend, you know, an older boyfriend. Yeah. But it's just too young.
But you don't go for that, the fact that it was an older boyfriend, and it could have been after all, might have been someone much nearer your age. Yeah. Do you go, I mean, well, again, a shrink type comment?
Yeah, if it was someone my age though, remember, they'd be taking me to the pictures.
Right.
and be taken, because boys at the same age are a lot younger.
Yeah. That's
So,
right.
you know, a lot of girls, I think, do tend to go for boys that are, if you're 13, for 17, you know, 16, 17,
Yeah.
for that sort of age.
Whereas instead you were being sort of taken to the Bahamas kind of thing, which is...
I went to the extremes.
But is that important to you? I mean,
It is.
do you enjoy sex? I mean, is that something that you like to have?
The thing is, it's a bit of a personal question. It's things like that that I don't like talking about,
Yeah.
because to me that's something personal.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yeah.
don't think that
But in terms of
people might
whether you're
be-
going out with people or not, I'm just saying
Yeah.
one of the reasons it's nice to go out with people is because it means you've got that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've had so much problems in the past
Yeah.
with the whole thing about sex
Yeah.
that now what I look for in people is things that are really innocent,
Right.
believe it or not, and whether
Yeah.
people like to believe that or not.
Yeah.
You know, because so much of my past has been branded and saying that, you know, that everyone told me that I had sex. That was the thing about the press.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
told me that I did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was the funny part. So
Yeah.
now, when I meet people,
Yeah.
I really want to just have a good time.
Yeah.
I want to go out, I want to be taken out for dinner, or I like to take people out for dinner, or I like to go out for a drink, go to the pictures, go for walks.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Which are things
And
that
the
you
whole
missed
thing-
out on in some sense.
Yeah, and the whole thing about sex, I try not to think about,
Yeah.
you know.
But you don't
Not
think...
because I think it's disgusting, because I
No.
don't,
Yeah.
or that I think that you should have sex, 'cause I don't. I think you do things when you want to do them, and
Yeah.
I think you do them when it's right. I don't think people should tell you there's a right age and a wrong age.
Yeah.
I think at the age of being 16, I think that's right, because you have to have some rules.
Yeah.
But I think people shouldn't really tell you when it's right or when it's wrong,
Right.
you know?
But I mean, does that amount to saying that, not that not that doesn't amount to saying that you've gone off sex, but that sex has become less important to you as you've got older?
Well, because I think that it isn't such an important thing in my life at the moment,
Yeah.
because I have a career
Yeah.
and I have boyfriends, but not boyfriends that I think about sexually.
You don't sleep with them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think it's an important thing in my life
Yeah.
at the moment.
Mm.
But maybe there's a time in the future
Yeah.
when it is important, but then that's when I'll worry about it.
Well, it's interesting that women are supposed to enjoy sex more when they're sort of over 30 than when they're young.
Well, you'll have to come back and interview me then.
An obvious point that a shrink-like person would want to make,
You a shrink?
sort of, would say was the fact that you got involved with an older man.
Mhm.
Now, given that your parents were divorced and your relationship with your father was quite, okay,
Yeah.
need I say more?
Right.
What would you say to that? Do you think there's anything in that?
Father-like figure, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
George Michael's song.
yeah. I see. What I'd always say is I don't think it had anything to do with it.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe in the real world, as a shrink would say, it has a lot to do with it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But to me,
It doesn't feel like...
no. Because I just think things are meant to be and they happen. Things are meant to be and they happen.